Hey guys, I'm back. I'm doing a haul video on the two Coastal Scents palettes that I ordered. I ordered more than two, but I'm going to do the Eclipse Concealer palette and then the Neutral palette, just to give you guys an opinion on it and what I think about it. So let's get into that. The first one we're going to review is the Eclipse palette. Now, I told you guys how small it is. Like, it's not that big, you know, it's pretty small. When you look at it, it does have 15 colors, and it does have the color correctors, and I messed this one up, so that's why it looks like that. It looks kind of gross, but it's actually really creamy now because I put moisturizer in it. But I like this palette, but if you have dry skin, this is not the palette for you. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying if you do have dry skin, maybe mix it with a little bit of moisturizer, then dab your brush in to pick up some product, because it does go on really matte and it does go on dry. Really, well, if your skin's already dry, it looks worse after you put this concealer on without putting anything on it. Like, it goes on like that, and if I was to, I'm not going to rub it into my skin right now because I have my foundation on, but if I was to rub it into my skin, because I had really dry, not really dry, like a dry patch right underneath my eye where I put lighter concealer at, and I realized after I applied this, it didn't look as good as, say, the MAC Select Cover Up or any other creamy based concealers, and these aren't creamy based. If I recommend, if you do buy this palette, it's a really good palette. If you do buy it, just when you use it, take your concealer brush or your camouflage brush and just dab it in some moisturizer. You know, don't get it too, you know, soaked in moisturizer. Just get the brush a little bit wet and then pick up some of your products, and it might turn out a little bit better for you, because that's what I had to do. By the way, sorry if I'm talking funny. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I'm doing this video because I can't sleep. My nose is stuffed up, even though I'm really tired. I can't sleep, so I figured I'd do this video for you guys. Anyway, back to the palette. It's a really, like I said, it's a really good palette. 15 colors, 15 nice shades, and plus you have these 3 color correctors. My only thing is, yeah, if you have dry skin like I do, or just a dry patch, like I said, I have one underneath this eye and this eye where I like to put lighter concealer, you might want to think about just dabbing your brush and some moisturizer and just, you know, getting your brush a little bit wet and then picking up the products, and it might, you know, it might turn out better for you, because that's what I have to do when I use this palette. It doesn't look like I've been using it too much, but I have. As you can see, I did get creative with this one because obviously I don't use this one. It's a little bit too dark for me, but I mixed it with some moisturizer. That's why it looks like this, but it's actually really creamy now. I just don't like how it looks, so I'm not going to do that to the rest of them. I'm just going to keep putting the moisturizer on my hand and get my brush wet. But yes, this is the Eclipse concealer palette, the 15 shades, the made for travel, you guys, made for travel. So don't get upset when you order this and you say, oh my god, it's really small. It is made for travel. Coastal Scents also has another concealer palette that is a little bit bigger, but it doesn't have as many shades as this one does, and it doesn't come with color correctors. So this is a good buy. I would, you know, say, hey, buy it. You know, it's worth the money, and yeah, if you don't have dry skin, it's a perfect palette for you. You don't need to mix with any moisturizer. But, you know, if you do want to buy it and you do have dry skin, just do that little tip with the moisturizer and you should be fine. But I like this palette. I do use it up here to highlight my eyebrows up here, and a little bit underneath my eye. But I have a MAC concealer that I also use to cover up any other blemishes, but I wanted to make use for it somehow. So whew. Sorry you guys, my nose is like really stuffed up and it's driving me crazy. Okay, anyway, the next palette is the neutral palette, the 28 neutral color palette, and I have truly grown to love this palette. I really have. This is what it looks like. All the colors in here are what it says. They're neutral. Very pretty colors, very pigmented colors. Let me see. I just rubbed my finger across the couple. I should have rubbed it across that one because it's really light. See? Very pigmented. Let me rub my finger across another one for you guys. I don't know if you can see that pink is kind of light, but the product picks up very well. You don't need to dig your brush into it like some palettes that you own. I know one for sure that I used to own. I had to dig my brush into it to pick up any products, and I felt like I was putting on more eyeshadow than I needed, so that was a problem. But I love this palette for not for any specific color. They're all really good colors. I've worn this one the most because I like how it looks on my skin. It's actually pink in the palette, but on my skin for some reason it shows up really skin tone and just it looks really pretty. And then this one right here, people said in the reviews on Coastal Scent was a duochrome, and I think the white and the black are both duochromes. I haven't tried it with the black, but I tried it with the white, and you do get a little bit of a green speck kind of color. But who knows? Some are shimmer, some are matte, some are satin. So you never know what might happen when you're putting on your eyeshadow and something good might come or something you never expected. But I do enjoy all of these colors. I'm not wearing any eyeshadow today. Putting on foundation was enough for me today because I'm not feeling too well, so I didn't really feel like putting on the whole face today. So, yeah. This is a really good palette. I think this costs, I don't remember how much this cost. It didn't cost that much, though. It didn't cost a lot. This is a really nice size for travel too. Actually, when I travel with at least 2 of my Coastal Scents palettes, so all of them to me are good for travel because I know how to pack them so they won't get cracked or busted or nothing like that. But if you want a good neutral palette, this is a good one. Or you can just create one at MAC, which you know a lot of people that can afford it do. I, on the other hand, don't feel like spending all my money on that. I buy MAC shadow pans and I'll put it in like a Z palette, or ACW has the ACW.com has a makeup line called I know it's like SMH. I'll put the info down at the bottom, but yeah, they sell like eyeshadow palettes that you can put your own little eyeshadow pans in. They also fit MAC palettes, or they sell freestyle palettes that's just like a Z palette, except I don't think all of the shadow pans stick, but it's just like a Z palette. You open it up and it's pretty much like this isn't there and they're just all, you know, a freestyle palette. You just sticking them all wherever you want them to be. But that was my quick little review for you guys on the Eclipse palette and the neutral shadow palette, and I'll make sure that I'll post all the information about the website I was just talking about, and if you want to create your own neutral eyeshadow palette, where you could go besides MAC, or you know where I went. So alright guys, later.